Hi, happy Saturday, happy early weekend. I hope you had a beautiful week and I hope that you are continuing to stay warm. The bright side of things is that spring season is really approaching. So I hope you are ready for this beautiful spring season that awaits us. So, um, but the topic of being humble and the overall beauty of it has been on my mind for some time, and I just feel like it's just a really important topic to discuss. So, what does it mean to be humble? Being humble to me is when you don't think highly of yourself, but you also don't think lowly of yourself. It's when you really just don't have yourself on your mind that much. When you know who you are in God and within yourself, you're humble. You don't need confirmation from a title, from possessions, from wealth, or from status. You're not self-centered, conceited, full of yourself, or you're selfish. And you never need to put yourself on a pedestal. A humble person enjoys a life of peace. I think when most people think of being humble, they automatically think of weakness, when it's really the complete opposite. Because when you're humble, you know that even if you have it all, everything in life, or you're doing amazing things, you never have to brag about it, show it off, or expect to receive any type of attention. When a person isn't humble, they usually do or want to do things that they think this world admires or something others consider to be of importance. It can be so difficult to stay humble when you're surrounded by people who just talk about how great they are or how they're just the best at everything. The true beauty in life, I believe, is found where most people aren't. Serving and changing the lives of others. That's where it's at. Being too focused on yourself is what's going to block you from seeing what you can actually contribute to society. If you are wondering what steps that you should take to help you in this life experience and overall in being humble, these are some ways that I feel really help guide you. And the first step is to pray. I think a great way to be humble is to pray and to ask God to show you how to be humble. Jesus was so humble. He came for all the people that everyone thought was nothing. He walked with the poor, the lost, the neglected, the orphans, the sick, the blind, the neglected. All while he had more power than anyone else that ever walked this earth. And he was never self-centered or too proud. Because when you're humble, you are a giver. You're never seeking to impress anyone, and you're never in competition with anybody. Be thankful. When you're humble, you're thankful. This is one of the reasons why I can confirm that I'm usually and always very happy, no matter where I was in life. And I didn't have an easy journey at all. But I always knew that there was always something to be thankful for. Because when you live through gratitude, you're less self-focused and more focused around those around you. Be respectful. Being humble means that you treat everyone with respect. How you treat others is one of the easiest ways to see one's level of humility. Anywhere I go, when I go grab a cup of coffee, or if I'm checking out at Target, I always say a simple good morning. How are you? I hope you have a great day. And I always make sure to treat everyone with complete respect, regardless of their position or title. And really, it's usually those who carry these high and fancy titles who aren't deserving of any level of respect, because they usually carry no humility and are really completely all about themselves. Be patient. Patience is key in disciplining our minds and humbling our soul. Impatient people will always lack humility, because an impatient person will always place their needs and their desires for the moment, and they always want things instantly. But a humble person understands their limitations, and is always willing to wait and adapt without demanding any immediate results. I remember when I was in my doctoral program at Regent University, I had to apply discipline, commitment, reading, studying, writing, analyzing. All this wouldn't be possible without any form or practice of patience. And I thank God that I'm naturally a patient person, but knowledge should make us humble, not impatient. Without patience, there's a lack of appreciation, and there's just no humility that could ever be developed. Things that require us to wait are respectable, honorable, fruitful, and sweeter. And as I look back, I'm so thankful to God that I waited patiently and gracefully, because it led to the beauty of humility. Never be prideful. Have you noticed people who are just so full of pride just draw so much attention to themselves? They talk so much about themselves, and they're just never fully satisfied. When you have success, when you do good for society, when you are wise, when you are intelligent, when you are beautiful, you don't have to say it out loud or try and impress anyone. When a person is proud in the wrong way, they can be completely full of themselves. You can be proud of your wife. You can be proud of your husband, your children, your culture, your success, your accomplishments, your friends, but you should never be high-minded. Understand that you may not be the best at everything. A very humble thought to have is that no matter how talented you are, it doesn't mean that you're the best at everything. Everyone always has something that they can improve on. Even when you become an expert or when you become the best at something, there's always something that you don't know, and there's always something that you should know. And last but not least is to be humble. Being humble gives you a more optimistic outlook. And it's not just an optimistic outlook, but it's an outlook that's optimistic from a worldly perspective and what's going on in it. To be humble doesn't mean that you shouldn't be proud of yourself or your qualities or your achievements. There's nothing wrong with embracing who you are and the journey and effort that it took to get you there. But you should never be self-centered or egocentric. Because when you aren't humble, you become full of yourself, and you can make decisions that's just based on only what's best for you. In the Western world, where society believes that the wealthiest and the popular are to be the most admired and respected, society has also developed this me mindset where people are just all about themselves and just somewhat forgotten that others actually exist too. Through my journey, I've witnessed the beauty of humility by knowing that I can always improve and grow. That I don't need to boast or boast about what I know, and can always admit when I don't know something. Being grateful for the opportunities that were given to me through hard work and dedication. Appreciate, admire, and respect those who come from all different walks of life. I never want to be validated by how I look or what I've accomplished. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I'd rather be validated on who I am, my character, where my value is validated based on what I think and what I deliver. Humility is really all about having a modest and balanced view of yourself and treating others with kindness. It's character strength, because it means not taking our success, our desires, our accomplishments too serious. It's the complete opposite of self-entitlement. When you're humble, you are a better person, a stronger person, a great learner, and a problem solver. Truly humble people are completely free of pride and arrogance. It's when you don't seek recognition and never get discouraged when you don't receive it. Because your happiness is never dependent on applause or opinion. And so I encourage you to try and stay humble, to always be humble. Try not to see others by their status, their position, their title, their appearance, their money, or social status. Don't be too proud of your success, your looks, your expensive bag, your home, or your car. And never forget where you came from, where, why, and how you started, and what it took to get to where you are. Because being humble allows you to remember and appreciate life while fully embracing who you've become and who you are. And I hope you have a beautiful weekend ahead. Stay warm, stay humble, and stay blessed.